a function f of x equals to 2x squared minus 3 is given, I would like to use the limit definition of derivative to find f prime of x, and then I have 3 points. For each point, I would like to determine the slope at each point, the slope of the parabola, the slope of f of x at each of these points. And then I also need to find the tangent line for each point, and then we graph all 4 items on the same graph. All right, so let's do the limit definition first. So we have limit as h approaches to 0. For some textbook, they don't use h, they use delta x. You have f of x plus h minus f of x divided by h. Okay, and then this is limit as h approaches to 0. So for the numerator, we have 2, okay, we put 2 times x plus h squared minus 3. That is for the x plus h, and then we minus the function itself, 2x squared minus 3 divided by h. So let's put this on the same line. I'm going to save some space over here. So that is equals to limit as h approaches to 0. We have 2 times x squared plus 2xh plus h squared minus 3 minus 2x squared and then plus 3. And then next line we have limit as h approaches to 0. We have 2x squared plus 4xh plus 2h squared and then minus 3 minus 2x squared plus 3 and then divided by h. So let's do some cancellation. So the first cancellation I see immediately is the minus 3 and the plus 3, and then the next one is the positive 2x squared and the negative 2x squared. And then, so that's all we have. So now we only have 2 terms left. So here is a checkpoint. Make sure each term has an h attached to it because we are about to factor out the h. So limit as h approaches to 0. So we factor 1h out, and then we have 4x minus 2h divided by h. So now we get rid of this h, so the denominator is gone. It is safe to plug in h equals to 0. So as soon as h goes to 0, we have 4x. What is 4x? This 4x is called f prime of x. This answer has a name. This is called the slope of the tangent line to the function f at any x value. The function is a second degree, right? So it's a second degree quadratic function. So we have a parabola. So the parabola, sometimes the slope is going downhill negative, sometimes the slope is positive, and then at the vertex, the slope is equals to 0. So that means the slope is changing. So let's say I give you a point on the parabola. How do you determine the slope at that point? You're only using one point. So you have a point, then you have an x coordinate. All you have to do is you plug in the x coordinate to f prime to determine the slope. So let me show you one right now. So the first point, 0, negative 3, that means x is equals to 0. So to determine the slope, f prime of 0, so you plug that into f of prime. So 4 times 0, that is equals to 0. So this is slope. And then this is the slope. And then what about the equation of the tangent line? Then you have to start at the point slope form. Y minus y1 equals to m times x minus x1. This is called point slope form. And then you plug in xy and the slope to find the tangent line. So you have y minus negative 3 equals to slope times x minus x1. So the right hand side is all 0. So y equals to 3 is the tangent line. So this is equation of the tangent line. So we have a parabola, and then 0, negative 3 is a point on the parabola. The slope is equals to 0. So 0 slope means we have a horizontal line. The equation of the horizontal line is y equals to 3. All right, let's take a look at the next one. The next one is we have a 1, negative 1. So that means x is equals to 1. Then the slope is f prime of 1. So which is 4 times 1. that is equals to 4, and this is slope. And then we have y minus y1 equals to slope times x minus x1. So you have y equals to 4x minus 4 minus 4, right? So that will be 4x minus 5. And then this is tangent line. And then how about the last graph? The last point. So the last point, we have negative 2 comma 5. So that means x is equals to negative 2. Let's find the slope first. So f prime of negative 2. Whenever you hear the word slope, you plug in an x to f prime. If you want to find the location, a point on the parabola, you plug that into f of x. Again, when you plug in an x to f of x, you are looking for a point on the curve. I call that location. When you plug in x value to f of x, you are looking for the location of a point. When you plug in an x value to f prime, you are looking for the slope of the curve at that point. All right, so we have a 4 times negative 2. That is equals to negative 8. And then we do y minus 5 equals to slope times x minus x1. So this is y equals to negative 8x minus 16 plus 5. So the tangent line is y equals to negative 8x and then minus 11. So this is tangent line. So now we have one parabola, and then we have 3 points, and then we have each point has its own tangent line. So for the graph, I want to be precise. So I already graphed that for you. So here is the graph. So let me make it big for you. So here is the graph, and then allow me to bring this up so you can see everything very clearly. So this is the graph. So for f of x equals to 2x squared minus 3, we have a parabola. So do you see that we have a parabola? So that represents 2x squared minus 3. 2 is positive. The parabola is facing up. And then where is the first point? The first point I gave you is at the vertex 0, negative 3. So this is the vertex, the bottom of the parabola. At that point, the tangent line is horizontal. So we have y equals to 3 as a horizontal tangent line. So that is a tangent line right over there. And then what is the slope of the parabola at the vertex? The answer is the slope is equals to 0 because the tangent line is horizontal. The tangent line has 0 slope. Therefore, the parabola has a 0 slope at the vertex. And then the next point I gave you is 1, negative 1, which is right over here. And then what is the tangent line? The tangent line is 4x minus 5. So 4x minus 5, the slope is equals to 4, right? So slope is equals to 4, which is going uphill. So that's why the green line is going uphill. Now, we have a parabola. At 1, 1, what is the slope? The answer is the slope is equals to 4. Because the tangent line has slope equals to 4, at 1, 1, the slope of the tangent line is the same thing as the slope of the parabola. And then last but not least, we have the last point, negative 2, 5, which is on the left-hand side of the y-axis. And then what's the slope at that point? The slope is negative 8. So the slope is negative 8 right over here. At negative 2, 5, the slope of the tangent line is the same thing as the slope of the parabola, which is negative 8. Right, so that is the end of this video. If you think my instruction is clear and helpful, give me the like, hit the subscribe button. If you're on your way out, I will see you all in the next one. Signing out.